supply pump. The first hose goes to the controller. That hose just transmits air, which is the force that pushes water to the surface, and the other hose. The way that works is the bladder, which is down inside the bladder is constructed of this stainless steel cylinder with the Teflon bladder inside. And what happens is you hear the controller firing every so often, and what that is an air pump. It's pushing air down the tubing and to the outside of this bladder, so the space between this bladder and this stainless steel tubing, and it's squeezing that bladder. When it squeezes that bladder, it's pushing water that was inside the bladder up and out the sample tubing. Then what happens is the air is released at the controller, and this area outside the bladder is depressurized, so water can flow back into that tube. It's squeezed again, released, squeezed again. So it's a repetitive process, and you can hear the controller. It fires, pumps air, squeezes this tubing, and then it releases the air. And you can adjust those settings to modulate your flow rate.
So how do you decontaminate the system between wells?
Good question. Yeah, with this system, like I said, it's important to decontaminate it between locations. It's stainless steel and Teflon, so you can take it apart and wash it. If you're not looking for ultra low detection limits, you can also just run water through it and then give it a rinse afterwards. That's something that we do quite often in practice. So run a lot of soapy water through it and run it through a couple of rinses afterwards. But it's important when you're doing that type of a program to include an equipment like in your QC samples. So after decontaminating, we collect a sample from distilled water, for example, and send it back to the lab as a lab to make sure that our decontamination procedures are adequate. The other thing you can do is buy these in PVC. Just dedicate them to the well, so that you don't have to decontaminate. It's just installed in the well and get to the site. These come in